welcome to Magic Spells.
Hi, I'm Jane Seward, and I'm glad that you joined me as well as my friend Faith, who is here with me today to help you with another tip for your own children. Faith, I'm thinking of some words that you need to spell at home and possibly at school. And I'm going to first give you a word that you probably do know how to spell. Okay?
Okay.
Check me though. I think you are going to hear the J sound at the end of the word.
Okay.
Okay? Parents, one thing that I want to remind you of is that any previous episodes that you maybe have watched with Faith and I, you've noticed that I have almost always talked about the sounds in the word. Whether or not she knew how to spell the word or not, I always want to take the child back to what I call the world of sound. Spelling is all about listening for the sounds that we hear in a word, unless we already have the word in our visual memory and we can just spell it without even thinking about it. So when I ask Faith to give me the sound in the word, that's the reason that I am doing that, all right? So Faith, I'm thinking about the word large. Do you hear the J sound at the end of large?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go ahead and write that on our board. Because I chose that word because I think you already know how to spell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to point something out, very important. Parents, I have this on my board. Obviously, so does Faith. All right. What I'm going to tell the parents, Faith, and what I'm going to remind you of,
Okay.
because this is an easy word, I'm going to be giving you some words that you probably don't know how to spell, that you're going to be using this, okay? So when we hear the J sound at the end of the word, did we hear J at the end of the word large? We did. We heard the J sound. Well, you know what, Faith, we don't, you can leave yours there, we don't spell the J sound at the end with a J. That even looks funny, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yes. We spell it always with what two letters?
G-E.
Okay, so when you hear, what I want you to remember is, when you hear J at the end of the word, spell it with a G-E. All right, now I'm possibly going to give you a word that you don't know. All right. Do you know how to spell the word charge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you already know how to spell it. Let's go ahead and write it anyway.
Okay.
All right, so there's three sounds in charge. The first one is the ch, and you know how to spell that. Takes two letters, doesn't it? What's the next sound?
R.
R. That's one of those R-controlled vowels. Do you remember how to spell it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did that before, didn't we? On a previous episode, actually, of Magic Spell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then what's the last sound in charge?
J.
Oop, careful. What's the sound, not the letter?
J.
J. Now, do we spell it with a J, or do we now know that we always spell it with what two letters?
G-E.
G-E. So put that on there. Good job. All right. So when you hear J at the end of the word, spell it with what two letters?
G-E.
G-E. Never with a J, right? Never with a J. Because actually, did you know that words in our English language do not end with the letter J? You never put a J at the end of the word. You will always put a G-E for the J sound. Go ahead and erase. And I'm going to give you one more word. It's a little harder. It's actually a two-syllable word. Let's see if we can use our new guide, our new spelling guide. All right? I'm thinking of the word college.
Okay.
College. All right? Two syllables. College. All right? Draw two syllable lines like we usually do. What's the first syllable in college? Call. Okay. Now, it's spelled C. You may not know this. O-L. It's not spelled like the C-A-L, like we think about call you on the phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
college.
Okay, college. So another L. Spelled with an E. Now, what did you hear at the end of college?
J.
J. Are we going to spell it with a J or with something that you know now?
G-E.
G-E. Always, when you hear J at the end of the word, yeah, go ahead, Joel, spell it with a G-E. Do you think that's something that you can use a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more. Show them the word change.
Okay.
I'm not even going to write it this time. I'm going to leave my board blank. Did you hear J at the end?
Mm-hmm.
How should you spell it?
G-E.
G-E. You know, Faith, you're old enough that a lot of these words you already know how to spell, but can you even remember back to when you were a first or second grader?
Mm-mm.
It's a long time ago now, isn't it? But you know what? You would have used that a lot when you were in first and second grade. Because back in first and second grade, you might have wanted to use that J letter. Now we know, never
Not
use
to.
the J. Always use G-E. Good job. Thanks for helping me, okay? Thanks for watching this episode of Magic Spell.
Parents, if you want more information, go to mykidsturn.com. See you later.